Mr. 2H, what's good? Mr. Martinez, what's hot? Noah Caser's in the house. Marie's in the house. All the regulars. Sav is here. What's going on? RJ's here, and he's in the room next to me. Very weird. How's everybody doing today? It's Tuesday. Mad Apple, Charlie Black's in the house. What's going on, everybody? Noah's watching Kindergarten Cop. Nice. J2H thinking about blind buying Fantasy Island today. Not sure though. Yeah, I mean, it was a fun watch. The problem is, like, I'm intrigued to see what the unrated version is of Fantasy Island, and I just don't know how like multi-watch, rewatchable it is. Aaron's in the house. Matt Apple says beard's looking fine, Rick. Mine as long. Yeah, the beard's getting pretty crazy. Geriatrics in the house. Good morning, Bill. How are you? Marie says I picked a movie for Gary and he chose Elmo Counts Down to Christmas. Definitely sounds like Joe's boy there. Andrew, what's going on, man? Ollie's in the house. How's everybody doing? Oh, Jessica's here. She says I'm ready to get Harley Quinn thanks to a gift card I have. Noah says I feel Fantasy Island was supposed to be R-rated. Yeah, it's a Blumhouse movie though, and they love the PG-13 horror for some reason. I definitely think it could have benefited from an R rating. I mean, subject matter kind of like makes it, but I know it's loosely based on a TV show. It was still fun even with PG-13. Definitely better than some other PG-13 horror in the recent past. Martinez Joe has Fantasy Island on the way to him. Yeah, I was going to get it. Somebody had it on Macari like over a week early, and I was just worried they weren't going to ship it out right away. So I don't know. I passed. Rice James says I watched Stuber for the first time Sunday. Great movie. I agree. That's actually um, RJ's here this week, but we've been coming up with like a list of movies to go in the hat again next week, and I have way too many movies, so not everything's going to go in the hat. I'm going to narrow it down to 25 because we still have five left over in the hat, so we'll have 30 movies um, in the hat for for next week, and obviously we're not going to get to watch them all in 7 days, but Stuber is one of them. Ollie says, watch The Running Man for the first time. Really enjoyed it. Nice. Good old Arnold. So yeah, we'll wait. Probably like 10 more minutes. Talk about new releases, even though the two big ones have already kind of been talked about. Um, and then I have a stack of 20 Blu-rays pulled. Rice says, "What did you think of Money in the Bank?" I didn't watch it. I don't have WWE Network. I just got the month free trial for WrestleMania, and I never even watched the whole thing. Just WWE product is not very good right now. I did hear the big news last night that the man is pregnant. I was actually going to call my live stream "The Man is Pregnant," but I figured that would have been very confusing for some. J2H, the movie that you sent is going to go in the hat, so I can't guarantee it'll be watched next week, but it is going in the hat since I told you I would watch it. J2H says they played it 5 times. So annoying. Yeah, I mean, I read about it. It like kind of blew up my phone last night, and I watched the like 5 minute segment on YouTube. feel like a lot of people might not have gotten a notice today. We're only at 19. I haven't seen like Movie Hunter or Joey Baseball or oh, what else? Um, Brandon Sullivan's not here yet, so maybe people aren't getting notified, or maybe the notifications going out slow. Who knows with YouTube anymore? Yeah, Aubrey's not here. She messaged me yesterday, so uh, there's Brandon. Do you really miss Joey Baseball? No, I'm just saying some of the usual suspects aren't here. Um, Crazy Joe, we're talking about wrestling last night. Becky Lynch, who's a wrestler, she was the champion, announced that she was pregnant. So they kept, I guess, replaying the footage, J2H said. Blu ray snobs in the house. Noah says, I regret walking out of Fantasy Island. People were coughing, and we left not only because we didn't like the movie, but just to be cautious. I'll tell you what, I've never walked out of a film, ever. So, and I've seen some pretty bad stuff, but I've never walked out of a movie. Jonathan Platt X2's in the house. Good morning, sir. Oh, stop it. Martinez Joe says Dave's live stream was low last night at 54. I never got a notification that he went live, but I was watching a movie um, with RJ and Bridget, so I wouldn't have been watching anyway, but I never got a notification. Steve, what's happening? J2H says, I walked out of the artist in college. Not my thing at all. Well, I have a spoiler alert. I've heard a lot of people compare La La Land to the artist, so you might not be happy with La La Land. Um, Marie says, because Rick hasn't been there. No, I mean, the YouTube, like, notifications have been off recently or not working properly. People aren't getting notified when people are going live. I haven't been getting typical notifications on my phone that I get. So, um, Sav says, "What are you drinking?" I have my Starbucks mocha. Uh, Blu-ray Snob says, "I was close to walking out of The Nun. Worst movie ever. Never saw it." Megapodtastic says, "I walked out of Nothing in Common, Sound of Thunder, and Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Have not seen any of those." J2H, no, La La Land is not black and white. It is very colorful. Um, Noah says La La Land is the best musical since Singing in the Rain. I don't know if I disagree. Martinez Joe, I did get my Amazon title yesterday. It came. It is here finally. It looks beautiful. And now it'll stay in a bag until I record again. And since I just recorded 5 videos on Sunday, probably won't record for a little while. It doesn't matter. I won't be watching for a while anyway. It can't win a poll to save itself. Yeah, but J2H, according to your rules, you're going to watch the runner-up second. So after you watch Monsters Inc. and Monsters University, that means you have to watch La La Land, or else you did the contest under false pretenses. You said the runner-up would be the second movie you watched, and because La La Land was the runner-up, you should watch that after Monsters Inc. and Monsters University, which are both movies. Probably two of my favorite Pixar movies of all time. So it was a tough vote. I obviously voted for La La Land, but it's a tough vote. Um, I'm my Macari packages from somebody that I've been buying a ton of stuff from. I think I have 6 films coming from Macari today, or 6 things. So I'll definitely have enough for an unboxing. Still waiting on a few more packages. My other deep discount title, Brandon, you're in the house, I believe. My deep discount title finally shipped. My second one. from the Olive buy one get one free sale. I placed the Twilight Time order yesterday. Um, so yeah, J2H says correct. It may be a minute though. Got some Lionsgate films to watch first. Yeah, man, check out Guns Akimbo. If you guys didn't see, I dropped a bonus video on Monday with my Guns Akimbo review. Love that movie. I actually may have ordered it physically already since watching the digital that Lionsgate sent me. Rice says, favorite comedies to watch. There's a ton of comedies that I love. I like all the John Hughes movies, Stripes, Animal House, Caddyshack, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Road Trip, Knocked Up, Superbad. I love comedy. So J2H got his first Hamilton book package yesterday. One of the videos I recorded yesterday was my unboxing of my most recent Hamilton book package. I love Hamilton book. They're always putting out good stuff. Brandon says I'll have to be on the lookout for my deep discount title. I'm still waiting on titles. I'm still waiting on. I ordered 5 to 6 titles from Twilight Time. Yeah, I figured since if you guys weren't familiar with Twilight Time, it's a boutique label that is going out of business the end of June. Um, Usually they are limited to 3,000 copies, I believe. Leave a comment if that's false, but I'm pretty sure. And I did not own any Twilight Time releases, so I went on. I saw a few things that were interesting to me, but for the price, I was like, And then I kind of learned that they were limited to 3,000. It was going to be all their movies were going out of print. Um, they're not going to be around, so I figured I should order a few. I figured I should order a few Twilight Time titles to have them in the collection. So I bought three. I wanted a fourth one, but it is no longer available. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. Yeah, I will say that Twilight Time's shipping is ridiculous. I bought three movies and it was like, I want to say $11 to ship because they don't ship media mail. So I actually, they gave me the option to ship first class, but it was like 887, which doesn't make sense to me. But for an extra $2.20, I could get it shipped FedEx or priority mail. So I chose to do it priority mail. Oh, so the notification just went out 15 minutes into my live stream. So hopefully we see a pop in numbers. We're at 22 right now. Let's see what the pop is, because in another minute or two I'm going to do new releases. Aaron says I wish I got La Bamba and the Buddy Holly story back in the day. Um, yeah, I didn't know they put those out. Like I said, I ordered a few. I've never seen any of the movies I ordered. One was recommended by not J2H, Joe Martinez. Um, One was a movie I've just never seen. It looked interesting, and the other's a movie that Bridget said she loves. Greg recommended. Joe recommended, so I bought that one. I was bummed because Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag was sold out when I went to order it, and that was one I wanted to see because I've never seen that movie either. Um, Strum Dog's in the house. He just got the notification. Movie Holic has 7 on the way. Noah says thoughts on Starsky and Hutch movie. It didn't make my shelf. I haven't seen it in a very, very long time, honestly. Probably since it came out. Robert says, what movie do you like better, Slaughter High or Doom Asylum? Never seen either. So, all right, guys, let's get into new releases. Like I said, it seems like there's been a slight pop in viewers right now because people just got notified that I'm live, even though I've been live for 15 minutes. Jay Jarvis is in the house. What's going on? Brendan says I ordered Born Free because Cinemassacre's review from last week. Never heard of that. Didn't see that. So So new releases, guys. Today is New Release Tuesday, May 12th. The big new release that's coming out today is Birds of Prey. So Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of the Fantabulous Harley Quinn, whatever you guys want to call it. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn. That comes out today. That is the major release. Also, as we talked about earlier, Fantasy Island. Fantasy Island is coming out today. What?
Hey guys.
You really picked terrible times to interrupt.
Mhm.
RJ says hi, everybody. So, hi, RJ.
Hi.
So, Fantasy Island is also coming out today. The Blu ray that they're releasing also features the unrated version. It has me curious, but I don't know if I want to buy it. Like I said, I think I gave it a 2.5 when I initially saw it. Um, so, Strumdog says I stayed away from the Twilight Time sale. What was that? Not enough to warrant the cost, even if they're going OOP. Yeah, I think my three movies cost me like $40, which is definitely more than I would normally spend, but it's quarantine. Why not? The next thing coming out is The Call of the Wild, starring Harrison Ford, a movie I didn't see. Um, um, I really had no interest in it. It's not really my type of movie. It didn't look like something I'd watch. Plus, I feel like I don't know. It just didn't seem like something I'd be interested in. So, The Call Wild does come out today. J2H says wouldn't buy Fantasy Island at all or not new. Like I could have bought it for $15 new, Jacob, and I passed on it. Would I pay like $5 to $7 for it used? Yeah, to see what the unrated version is. But like I said, I don't know. Not not super excited about that one. The next thing that's coming out is The Photograph, which stars Lakeith Stanfield. It's a excuse me. It is a romantic film. I don't know much about it. It wasn't in the movies very long, I don't think. And then the other new release is what is it? Vivarium or Vivarium. It stars Jesse Eisenberg and Imogene Poots. It's coming out from Lionsgate. I was actually sent a digital copy of that to review, so that is going in the hat as well this upcoming week, and hopefully that gets picked out so we can check that one out. Let's see what you guys are saying. No, says I didn't feel well while watching Birds of Prey. I think it needs a rewatch. Geriatric Geek says Goodwill's open Wednesday here in Vegas. Not sure if I'm brave enough yet though. Yeah, I don't think I would rush into hunting personally, but I do miss yard sale and flea market season, and you know, hopefully it stop headbutting that. Why are you being goofy? Also coming out today is The Great Escape on Criterion, Idle Hands from Scream Factory, and then WrestleMania 36 comes out on Blu-ray and DVD today. So those are the new releases for the day. Nothing like major, except for Birds of Prey is the big release. If I'm not mistaken, next week is um, a pretty good release week. I don't recall exactly what comes out. Obviously, check out the live stream next Tuesday to um, to see what comes out because we'll talk about that. J2H says Birds of Prey is the first DC Marvel movie in years I won't be buying day one. I've had the digital code for almost 2 months. Blu-ray Snob says, is that the one where they get stuck in a house? Are you talking about? I don't know if it's Vivarium or Viver. I guess Vivarium makes sense. Yeah, they're in like a weird development where all the houses look the same, and then there's a little kid. I don't know much about it. I don't really want to read much about it. I kind of want to go in blind. Bridge says I have to wait until next month for Birds of Prey to come out. Where are you located, Bridge? Where is it not getting released until next month? I'll tell you what. After the second or third week of June, there is not much coming out as in the way of new Blu-rays because all the major theatrical releases will have been released except for Trolls at that point. And that wasn't technically a theatrical release; it's just a major release. So in the UK, Birds of Prey doesn't come out for another month. That's pretty crazy. Usually, you guys either get stuff ahead of us or like same day. Not usually like a month after. That's pretty wild. So, but yeah, I have next week. I have something that is pre-ordered from somewhere. I don't want to spoil that. A new release that's coming out next week. So that'll hopefully get to me early because usually that stuff can get to me like Saturday before or the Monday before. Um, and then I have something coming from a studio that comes out next week that I should have had hopefully like today or tomorrow because it's something that I'd like to watch with RJ and Bridget. So, yeah, Jacob, text me and I'll, because I might forget by the time the live stream's over, I'll tell you what it is. Blu-ray Snob says I was going to get Idle Hands and then I canceled. Couldn't spend $24. I have the original Idle Hands, so that's why I was like, do I really? I think I have it. Yeah, I have the original Idle Hands Blu-ray. So I'm like, do I really need to get the Scream Factory release of it? No. 13 Ghosts was tempting because I don't own that on Blu-ray, but to spend $25 on a Scream Factory when I'm not necessarily a massive fan of a particular movie. Like, I guess there would be a few movies that if they came to Scream Factory, I would get. Especially some of the artwork is really cool on the slipcovers. Um, Kyle says, "Hey Rick, going to get me some Subway. That's good. Eat fresh, man." What is your favorite Warwick Davis movie? I don't know. Um, I'm not sure. Jeffrey says, Rick, how many titles do you have on order with Pam, and how is she going to get them to you? I just recorded an unboxing video the other day. Pam sent me a package the other day with stuff she had for me. So check out Pam on Facebook, Video Game Movie Dome, and she can. I think she has access to her stuff now, like once a week. So if there are certain titles you're looking for, um, you can you might be able to get them sent to you because I still have credit with Pam, so she was nice enough to send me. Man, my brain is all over the place this morning. Um, she was nice enough to send me stuff. She got a few new releases that I've been waiting for. I guess she still has access to getting some newer 4K releases that people are looking for. Um, Jonathan, send me a list of what you're looking for, man. I'm always trying to look at like lots and stuff. Maybe I'll come across stuff for you. Jeffrey says, Rick, does Pam have an online store that she updates daily? Nope. It's more like send her a list of what you're looking for, and she tries to fill it. She does like want lists and that kind of stuff. If she was in her store regularly, she would send you photos of like what she has, but she's not in the store that often to do that. Brandon says, wait for Target to do a buy two, get one free sale. It's funny. That's actually why I've been saving up my Target gift cards with stuff coming out and, kind of not going outside much. I was hoping to either get some wish list titles or maybe some like higher end releases with a buy two, get one free sale. So I'm kind of stockpiling my Target gift cards for that purpose specifically. So, and J2H, I saw you texted me. It is not that, but I do want to buy that. It's not really a spoiler alert. FYE is putting out a Tommy Boy Steelbook. I'd love to get connected to have FYE send me stuff. you know, um, for review. That would be fantastic. But yeah, I would love to upgrade my Tommy Boy Blu-ray to a steelbook. Jeffrey says, "Are you interested in any of the new 4K titles? Jaws, Tom Cruise movies, Pretty in Pink." Pretty in Pink, I think, is just a Blu-ray, and that is on my wish list. I would love to get Pretty in Pink on Blu-ray. It's $22.99 right now, so I kind of hold off and wait on that. Jaws on 4K is pretty tempting because I like the artwork. The Tom Cruise movies would be cool on 4K, but like I don't necessarily really want them. Supposedly, Back to the Future trilogy is coming out in 4K in October, which happens to be my birthday month. So that will definitely be something I'd love to upgrade to 4K on, because Back to the Future is probably in my top three films of all time. It's probably number two behind Rounders. I love Back to the Future. Love Back to the Future 2. Don't love Back to the Future 3. Personally, I like it, but I don't love it. Henry says, I don't know. I didn't know if you collect pops. I do collect pops, very minorly. I didn't go crazy. I just watched a recent video of a buddy of mine, and he bought 5 pops, and I was like, I don't think I've ever bought 5 pops at one time. But he also said he'd never buy pops. Oh, excuse me. J2H says he's seen Jaws. Wow, Jaws is, even RJ has seen Jaws. I love Jaws. The original Jaws is fantastic. Martinez Joe says, question. Like the hat idea, but with some films, I have to be mentally prepared or in the mood. So, do you think your rating on the film is affected by the hat or no? Um, no, because I wasn't the one who showed it to him, Jacob. That was that was not me. I would not have shown it to him. I did show him A Quiet Place though, so it's rated PG technically, but yeah, I wasn't the one who showed it to him. Um, no, because if the only thing that really recently would have affected my rating was we were attempting to watch Tropic Thunder, and our upstairs neighbors were being incredibly loud. Like, sounded like they were basically having like a mosh pit above us, and they were yelling and singing and screaming. And we basically just went in the back bedroom and finished watching it. But I still gave the movie 4 stars. I still like it. So mentally, no. I think the only time it's really going to affect me is Gone with the Wind is going in the hat for next week. And I think if we draw that at nighttime, we might have to like switch that out and put that as like the following day's movie, because it's like 4 hours. So that's more just like a time thing. Like, I don't know if I want to watch a 4 hour movie at 8 o'clock at night. Let me rephrase that. I definitely don't want to watch a 4 hour movie at 8 o'clock at night, but I'm an old man. So, Joey Baseball's here. My birthday month is October 2. Scorpio? No, I'm a Libra. Jaws filming locations are awesome. If you ever come to visit, I can show you them. It might be J2H. It might be him. Yeah. Middle of October. I'm a Libra. Henry says I bought 4 pops at one time. They were 90% off. Well, that's a different story. I will be I will be buying there are pops coming out from the movie Stripes, which somebody asked, what's my number 3 movie? Number 3 is probably Goodfellas for me. So, number 4 is probably Stripes. Stripes is probably my favorite comedy of all time. So they announced they're putting out pops of Bill Murray, John Candy, and Harold Ramis's characters from Stripes. And I haven't bought a pop since, what was the last pop I bought? I don't even remember. The last pop I bought might be like um the Trading Places pops, which were months and months ago. But I do want to buy the Stripes pops um and put them somewhere. I gotta rearrange a little, but I was so excited when I found out there was gonna be Stripes pops coming out. What what else do we have? Aaron says, I think watching a couple of 9 o'clock movies in theaters after work affected ratings. I'll have to rewatch 1917, The Gentleman, because of it. Yeah, I mean, I just like, I I mean, I lay in bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, sometimes a little later. I don't go to bed at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, but I kind of just like lay down, watch YouTube, kind of wind down. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock is a good start time for a movie as long as it's not super long. I like watching like when it's just Bridget and I here. We'll get up, have breakfast, watch like a 10:30 movie, take a break, have lunch, do something else, watch an afternoon movie, have dinner, take a break, and then watch a nighttime movie. Like 3 movies in a day is good. Um, Noah says Gone with the Wind is one of the best movies ever made. It is Bridget's favorite movie, so I am very curious to check it out. J2H has never seen Goodfellas. Definitely need to watch that, bro. Fantastic film. Jeffrey says, who do you consider to be your big toe? Well, Sergeant Hulk is my big toe. Um, and if any of us ever got into, really heavy hand to hand combat, I'd be behind you every step of the way because I'm a pacifist. But Lee Harvey, you are a madman. If you guys didn't know it was Stripes, I could probably recite the whole movie. Noah says, still need to watch Stripes. Seb says, what else do you collect? I used to collect sports cards, mainly football and wrestling cards. I have a ton of wrestling cards with autographs and stuff, and they just sit in my closet. I actually want to work on selling them because they're literally just sitting in a closet. I'll keep some. I have like autographed Eagles cards that I'll keep, but that's it. I mean, movies are my primary collection. I have nine. I have like 25 to 30 pops. Nothing crazy. But J2H says I'm so old. True story. Martinez Joe starts his movie marathon or starts his movie watching at midnight after working a 12-hour shift. Yeah, bro. I don't know how you do it, man. Ollie says, did you watch the Back to the Future reunion yesterday? I skimmed through it. I think 30 minutes is a bit long, but I wanted to see who was there. I was kind of bummed Tom Wilson wasn't on it. I do like that they had Huey Lewis and Zemeckis, so that was pretty cool. Jeffrey says, if you like stripes, you certainly like meatballs. Love meatballs, man. That's actually going to be put in the hat for next time RJ is here as a movie to watch. I love Meatballs. It's a movie I watched a ton as a kid. Joey Baseball says I've only ever fallen asleep in one movie, The Martian. That was because it had reclining chairs. I have a tendency to fall asleep during movies a lot. If I'm laying down, like last night, we watched Agent Cody Banks, and I definitely drifted off for a few minutes. Uh, but a lot of times, if I sit up, I'm good. Laying down can be dangerous. Brandon says I made the mistake of starting a movie at 11:30 last night. The Poughkeepsie tapes, interesting take on found footage movies. Never saw it. So, all right, guys, it's 34 minutes in. I'm trying to keep this to an hour. Joey Baseball says, "Have you seen?" No, I don't know what that is, Joey. J2H says I fell asleep during Extraction, but who didn't? I definitely got heavy eyed during the middle. Juliana says we watched Jaws last weekend. It was my first time. It was the first time my husband, so the whole thing, I'm confused. Noah says, is Tombstone any good? Never seen it. Ollie says Extraction was great. I disagree highly. I think it was mediocre at best. If you guys listen to podcasts, by the way, you should check out Megapodtastic, um, his new podcast from last week when him, J2H, and myself did like an hour and a half live stream, which was a blast. I had a lot of fun doing that. Also, what else do I want to mention? I'm recording a podcast on Monday called the Hollywood Boulevard Podcast, in which we'll be discussing Rambo Last Blood. So I have to revisit that this weekend. And we're going to, well, I'm going to revisit it this weekend and do a podcast Monday. So be sure to keep your eye out for a Hollywood Boulevard podcast. I will try to put a link on it in a video so you guys can listen to it. Jeffrey says, "What would be the first movie you'd venture out in the wild for?" Tenet? Question mark. It all depends what things are like. I do want to see Tenet really badly, but I'm also not going to go to the movies if it's still not like safe to go out or be with large groups. I don't need to go see any movie in theaters badly enough that I would risk my health or my girlfriend's health or my son's health. So, um, what do we got here? Baseball says, "Are you gonna watch Scoob? Not for $25. I'm not." Uh, Julianne says, "I fell asleep watching Gretel and Hansel in theaters. Never saw it. Apparently, Tombstone is fantastic, according to Mr. Bill Geriatric Geek. Not geriatric. Yeah, I've just never seen that one. Aaron loves it too. Let's see. J2H says, "Did you get that one from Lionsgate?" Did I miss something? What are we talking about from Lionsgate? Um, Off the shelf movie nights here. Jeffrey says, "Rick and Joe loved your Stripe call on Megapodtastic. That was hilarious." Yeah, it was a very fun time. I loved seeing Joe's face again. Uh, no, J2H, not Rambo. I actually just got that from Macari. It's also on Amazon Prime, but um, well, yeah, you're going to need to wear a mask to go to places for a while where we are. So, yeah, to go to the movies, you're definitely going to need to wear a mask, most likely. Joey Baseball. Fritzky asks, "What's your opinion on Uncut Gems? If you are you new to the channel? So if you're new to the channel, it was my favorite film of 2019. I thought Uncut Gems was fantastic. Um, I loved it. It was sent to me by Lionsgate to review. I loved it upon a rewatch. Aubrey's here. It's time to start a fight. All right. J2H says, "Ending sucked. Amazing film, though." I disagree. I love the ending personally, but it's just me. Off the Shelf says, "I ordered a pile of movies from MVD's Arrow sale in March. They just now arrived. They took forever." I just got my first Arrow movie, which will be in an upcoming video. I don't want to spoil that. Some of you guys know what it is. But let's go into the pile, guys. We got a stack here. I went smaller today because we only got an hour today to record, so I got about 20 more minutes. So what did we leave off with? The Art of Self-Defense was the last thing we talked about last Thursday. So the first movies we're going to talk about is a double feature of Arthur and Arthur 2 on the Move, both starring Dudley Moore and Liza Minnelli. I remember watching Arthur when I was a younger gentleman, but I don't really remember it very well, and I've definitely never seen Arthur 2 on the rocks. I forget where I got this. I feel like I got this really inexpensively. It's on one disc. I think I got it from a Facebook haul. Man, Joey, you're Joey Baseball. You're being very annoying recently. I just want you to know that. I hate to single you out like that, but you're just being very smug recently, and it's really starting to irk me. Yeah, it was only 20 movies I held up, not 25. So thank you very much. Marie's seen the first movie. We should stop the stack now because Marie has seen it. Martinez Joe says fantastic. Marie said she's seen them, very enjoyable. Um, so yeah, I mean we're one for one. Marie said she's seen it, so we're gonna stop there. We're gonna end the live stream 20 minutes early because Marie has watched the first movie. I'm just kidding. I was just giving Marie a hard time. J2H says the boy is here. We're watching together. Oh, your son's watching? Should I say like all sorts of like curse words and stuff so he feels right at home? No? Arthur, well, seems like I remember it from being a kid. Um, I'm not going to curse. My son's in the next room. Noah says Maria's seen a movie, Stop the Presses. Jeffrey, I've never seen Arthur 2, so I can't answer that question. He said, which is better, Arthur or Arthur 2? Never saw Arthur 2. Next, I'll dedicate this next movie to my boy Martinez Joe because it's Christmas themed. And this is probably one of the best underrated animated movies in the last 20 years. A movie that does not get a lot of praise, hasn't been seen by a lot of people, but a fantastic movie. And that is Arthur Christmas. Arthur Christmas is a fantastic animated movie voiced by James McAvoy, Hugh Laurie, Bill Nighy. Just a really great story, in my opinion. Um, has the cool slipcover with all the glittery snow there. Megapodstastic says Arthur 2 is funny, but part 1 is better. Avoid the Arthur remake. I think I've seen the Arthur remake with Russell Brand. I don't really remember much about that either. Marie says she's seen this too. We have in 3D. Ollie says great movie. Sev says it's a great movie or a good movie. What is that? That was weird. That was weird. Distracted. Martinez Joe says, love that film. Yeah, Arthur Christmas is an outstanding film. Very, like I said, not a lot of people are familiar with it. It was put out by Columbia Pictures from 2011, but a great movie. If you guys have not seen this one, definitely check this out. Christmas time, just a really fun film. Next up, J2H's favorite movie, which still has a sticker from Pam's on it. Yeah, peel the sticker off because it's bothering me. All right, so next up, The Artist. Like I said, J2H's favorite film of all time. I've actually yet to see this. Did not add this to the collection until people were telling me if you love La La Land, you should get The Artist and check it out because I've never seen it. It won Best Picture back in, I think, 2011 or 2012. It does not say. But it's about classic Hollywood, is my understanding. Like, he's a silent film star. But I've not seen this one. Definitely need to watch it at some point. Like I said, I got it from Pam. Crazy Joe's going to be live tonight. Crazy After Dark at 9 o'clock. Ollie says I own it, but I'm getting rid of it. I don't really want to watch it because it is a silent film. Okay. Martinez Joe has a cute face. Sev says, hi, Crazy Joe. J2H says, haha, it was College Man. There have been other reasons I left the film. Oh, snap. Marie says, sorry, Rick, I have not seen it. Way to break my streak. Sorry, Marie. Now we're going to get to like 14 movies you haven't seen. Next up, this movie is awesome. A very gritty, interesting look at society, especially like current teenage society. When did this come out? 2018. So it's a fairly newer movie. and that is Assassination Nation, which has Suki Waterhouse in it. Who else? Maud Apatow, Bill Skarsgård, Joel McHale, Bella Thorne, Odessa Young, Hari Neff, Abra, Annika Nani Rose, Coleman Domingo. So a lot of those people I've never heard of. So, but Assassination Nation, I absolutely loved. I thought it was very well done, very visceral. Um, like I said, R rated, gritty. It's rated R for disturbing bloody violence, strong sexual material, including menace, pervasive language, and drug and alcohol use, all involving teens. So, Ollie's never seen it. Noah hated it. Marie says nope. Martinez Joe says need to find that film still. Joey Baseball said he's never heard of it. Jesse says good morning. Good morning, Jesse. How are you? So, yeah, I love this movie. I thought it was very underrated. Um, I don't know, Jeffrey. It all depends what it is, and I mean that's I think he has seen some already, but not by me because I refuse to show him an R-rated film. Um, Joey Baseball says they should have gone with a red Blu-ray case. Yeah, a red case would have been cool, but I get it. You mean it's not in the other room? Kyle's Kyle's asking about what's the best Die Hard knockoff or ripoff. I'm not sure. I never really thought of it. Kyle loves Steven Seagal and Die Hard. He always he always is asking about him. Next up, this movie was a Dollar Tree movie. Um, this looks like it's a Canadian release of this movie, but one I definitely want to see at some point, and that is The Assignment, starring Michelle Rodriguez. If you guys do not know what The Assignment is, it is about Michelle Rodriguez, who plays Frank Kitchen, who's double crossed by gangsters and wakes up and is a woman. So how is that for, uh, yeah, how's that for a plot? What do we got here? Somebody says Sudden Death is amazing. Yeah, Sudden Death's a fun movie with John Claude Van Damme. Jeffrey says, I think a good way to segue a kid to R-rated movies is showing them airplane instead of movies in the F-bomb. Uh, Joey Baseball says, come on, let him watch R-rated movies. I was watching 10, and look how well you turned out, Joey. You're obsessed with ugly dolls and making me angry recently. Noah says, never seen Die Hard. Wow. Ollie says, thought it was terrible, turned it off in the first 15 minutes. Brandon says, it's a very weird movie. J2H says, two awesome leads. Sev says, wow, there's a few movies I gotta watch. Marie says, I haven't seen it. You called it. I'm leaving. Scam. Under Siege is Steven Seagal, Jacob. Noah says, I saw The Assignment, but I remember thinking it was bad. I mean, it's a Dollar Tree movie, so I'm not expecting much. It has Sigourney Weaver, Michelle Rodriguez, Tony Shalhoub's in it, Anthony LaPaglia. So, next up, this was sent to me by Blu-ray Bullet Brit. I still need to watch this. This has been on my to-watch list for so long. It stars John Boyega from the newer Star Wars movies. Also, Nick Frost is in this film. Like I said, I never watched it, and that is Attack the Block. Like I said, Blu-ray Bullet Brit sent me this steelbook. I still have not watched the movie. I definitely do want to watch it. I heard I would love this film, but I have not watched it. J2H said, what do we got here? Martinez Joe says, Blu-rays for everyone, sells colored cases and Criterion cases and boutique cases. Wanted to get a pink case for my Mean Girls, but $9.99 a case. Yeah, I was actually looking to see if they had a purple case for my Guns Akimbo Blu-ray that I have on order, and they don't have purple, and there's no way I'd spend like $6 to $10 on one blank case. It would be a great idea, but I don't need to do that. So, um, Kyle says Stripes is on, and I'm loving it. It's a fantastic movie. Martinez Joe says haven't seen or owned. Sev says Attack the Block is an awesome movie. Crazy Joe says I think my favorite Dollar Tree finds were King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters, and Risk Cutters, a love story. I've never seen Risk Cutters, a love story. I do love King of Kong. Some of my favorite Dollar Tree finds, Slight, um, when Martinez Joe found, um, what did I say? Martinez Joe found Bad Santa 2 on 4K for me. What else? Trying to think of what else I found there. The O.J. Simpson Blu-ray documentary I still have to watch. I feel like I'm missing a lot in the chat here. Hold on. Marie says Purple Rain and Purple Case. I want. Yeah, I do have that. I do have Purple Rain and Purple Case. No, the problem with ordering Purple Rain on Blu-ray is you're not guaranteed to get a purple case. A lot of them are in blue cases. J2H, I'm confused by your post about 25 for 25. Excuse me. Megapodtastic says Attack the Block, not a fan. I'm tempted to say it sucked, but I need to watch it again. It was overhyped in 2010. I think I might have went in with too high of expectations. Yeah, so I don't know much about it. So I don't know. I want to check this out. I love the steelbook of it. The steelbook is cool. I gotcha. Next up, another movie I've not seen. This one stars Freddie Highmore, Jonathan Rhys Meyers, Kerry Russell, Terrence Howard, and Robin Williams, and that is August Rush, a movie I heard I would really love. As you guys know, I love movies that are based on like music or center around music. Um, Stuff like Sing Street, Rocket Man, uh, Bohemian Rhapsody, not even just like music based, Teen Spirit, which I watched recently, Hearts Beat Loud with Nick Offerman. I need to see this. Like this, and I've never seen Mr. Holland's Opus, which I need to watch. Martinez Joe says my favorite Dollar Tree find is What If with Daniel Radcliffe. Never saw it. Ollie says he's never seen it. Noah says What If it's fantastic. J2H says do you own Across the Universe? I do. I talked about that in a live stream last week. I do own Across the Universe. Sev says Jodie Whittaker from Doctor Who is in Attack the Block. Draker says Sing Street. Yeah, Sing Street is phenomenal. Definitely one of the most underrated movies of the last 10, 15 years. Jesse says Mr. Holland's Opus is a good movie. Maurice says I might have seen it. Aubrey says, have you seen Music Within? No, I'm not familiar with that. I've never heard of that one. So yeah, August Rush. Definitely need to watch this at some point. Heard it's really good. Just have never seen it. So, yeah. Going too slow, guys. We're supposed to be done in 5 minutes. So, next up, the Austin Powers triple feature. International Man of Mystery, Spy Who Shagged Me, and Goldmember. Love these movies. I've seen these movies each numerous times. This has the slipcover with it. But yeah, a huge fan of these three films. J2H says I'm going to watch Wet Hot American Summer today for the first time. Very fun movie, very wild movie. I may have a copy of that I just got yesterday. Spoiler alert. From my buddy J2H. Off the shelf movie night says Sing Street and Commitments are my favorite music movies. Hearts Beat Loud is great too. The Commitments is definitely going in the hat very soon. Definitely need to check that out. I've never seen it. Noah says I liked Austin Powers 1 and 2, didn't care for 3. Marie's seen all 3. Jesse asks, what's my favorite? Probably the second one, followed by the first one, then the third one. There's Khaleesi. She wanted to chime in. Martinez Joe says, like that, but doesn't hold up to me. Noah says, RJ appropriate? Not yet. Way too many innuendos. I think in another year or two he'll be able to watch these. Probably like 12, I would show these to him. I hope we don't get an Austin Powers 4. I think the trilogy is enough. I don't think we need a fourth one, honestly. So, next up, a movie. I don't even know I own it because I probably won't ever watch it again. And that is Avatar. I feel like everybody who's a Blu-ray collector probably owns this in some way or has owned it at some point in time. The only reason I own it is because I got it for 25 cents from a flea market, and it's on my shelf for now. Maybe I'll rewatch it when the sequel comes out at some point in time. Streets of Fire is my favorite music film that's not a musical. I've never heard of that either. Andrew says, what happened to Mike Myers? He was just in Bohemian Rhapsody. He just isn't doing a lot of acting anymore. What else do we have here? Noah says, haven't seen Avatar. G2H says, Mini-Me actually went to high school in my hometown. They have a very, very small door he used to use. Marie's seen it. Ollie says, I had it on DVD, need to upgrade. Crazy Joe says, Austin Powers 3 is frustrating because some of the jokes land hard and are among the funniest jokes in the series, but too much are recycled jokes. G2H says, most overrated film of all time, hands down. Definitely. I know Avatar in 3D was a big deal. It basically was the boom of the 3D industry. This was a movie that did so well at the box office because of its 3D technology. And, I think this is highly overrated personally. I just, like I said in a previous video, Fern Gully is the better version of Avatar, and it's a lot shorter. Megapod Tester says Mike Myers hosted the Dawn Show on ABC for 2 seasons. Yes, the Dawn Show was very funny when they brought that back. Aubrey says I'd rather watch Titanic. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. This is like what? How long is this? 2 hours and 40 minutes. Brutal. Movie Holic says I watched it before going to Disney to prep for Pandora, which was awesome. Movie's extremely meh. Yeah, I agree. Avatar is very overrated in my opinion. Now we get to a Marvel film, probably the first Marvel film we've talked about because 4Ks are in a different section. So we would have talked about a Marvel movie already if we did 4Ks, but we're doing Blu-rays. And that is Marvel's Avengers. I have the Blu-ray DVD, the old version. This was the one that first came out in 2012 when the movie came out, I believe, the initial release. What do we got here? Ollie says Avatar is one of my favorite films. I have to disagree there, but to each their own. Crazy Joe says the secret to enjoying Avatar is to avoid it for a decade and finally watch it with low expectations, then it's not so bad. Draker says I only watched it once. It was the extended version, never again. G2H says fantastic film, but my least favorite of the 4. I think I remember liking this more than the next movie we're going to talk about, but Noah says like it. G2H says I own the Target exclusive making of the MCU Blu-ray. Martinez Joe says love it. Draker says my favorite of the 4. Oh, bro. This, I'm sorry, but I don't think this holds a candle to Infinity War Endgame, personally. Still a fantastic movie, but not nearly as good as Endgame or Infinity War, in my opinion. Like I said, I think I remember liking this movie more so than, excuse me, more so than the second one, but Infinity War and Endgame are definitely my 2 favorites. J2H says Endgame, Infinity War, Ultron, Avengers. I would probably go Endgame, Infinity War, Avengers, Ultron. So very close. We have the same top 2, which seems to be a trend with us, buddy. Martinez Joe says have the Best Buy light up box. So yeah, we got Avatar, and of course on Steelbook we got Avengers: Age of Ultron. I have the Ultron back. I used to own both. There was one with Ultron on the back and one with Vision on the back. But because I dislike Vision so much, I got rid of that and just kept the one with Ultron on it. Plus, I think it looks cool. The artwork on the front is embossed, so the Avengers logo is embossed. So, off the shelf says Infinity War is the best of them. I think it's close to Endgame, but I like Endgame more personally. No, I despise Vision. I was very happy at what happened to Vision. Like, I am not a fan of Vision. Noah said he walked out of Age of Ultron and hasn't watched it since. That's bizarre. Walk out of a Marvel movie? Martinez Joe says, my least favorite. Right there with you, buddy. Take it easy, Aaron. Aaron's heading to work. Bye. All right. Yep, we got like 7 or 8 more, and then we're going to wrap this up. Off the shelf movie night says I grabbed the 4-movie Steelbook box set from Best Buy. Yeah, I didn't want to pay all that money for that. Plus, I own the other 2 movies on 4K Steelbook already. Kyle says I'll never watch the 98 version. That's totally different Avengers. It's a different thing. Joey Baseball says, who is Vision? Vision's a character in the Avengers played by Paul Bettany. So... what in the world? I got a weird message. Joey says Erin is an essential worker. Yes, she is. Did you just say... hold on a second. Crazy Joe, did you really just say Justice League is better than the Avengers? No, not even close. Nowhere close. I have to disagree highly, buddy. Noah says I almost walked out of Black Panther. Like I said, I've never walked out of a movie, especially some of the movies you're listing. Jake says, what's up? What's going on, Jake? Crazy Joe says, Vision is awesome. Dude. What do Scarlet Witch and Daredevil have in common? They're both Marvel heroes who wear red and lost their vision. So, all right. So we got that. Next up, who's this directed by? This is directed by Sam Mendes. I've seen this movie once before. I forget. I feel like I got this at a flea market, but I have seen this movie before. Stars fantastic cast on this one, by the way. Jeff Daniels, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Allison Janney, Chris Messina, Catherine O'Hara, John Krasinski, and Maya Rudolph, and that is Away We Go. Directed by Sam Mendes, director of 1917 and Skyfall. No. Justice League is not better than Avengers. It's not even close. Justice League is probably better than like 3 Marvel movies. 2 of them would be Thor and Thor Dark World, which I've never seen, but I'm going to assume it sucks. And then like, I don't know, Incredible Hulk is probably down lower than Justice League. But those would be the only 3 that Justice League are better than, in my opinion. Yep, J2H said Justice League is so choppy and poorly directed, doesn't compare to a top 10 MCU movies. I would say top 18 MCU movies. Ollie says I've never walked out of a movie. Noah says J2H, I'm a different animal, never seen. And I don't hate Justice League. That's the other thing. Like, Justice League is fine. It was fun. But compared to the MCU movies, it doesn't hold a candle to all but 3 or 4 of them, in my opinion. So, Away We Go is a fantastic movie. An R-rated, like, romantic comedy. Well done. Next up, a show I still have yet to watch. Sent over from Mill Creek with a ton of voice talent. Voices like Ike Barinholtz, Bobby Lee, Taron Killam, Kenan Thompson, Bill Hader, Amy Poehler, Maya Rudolph, Fred Armisen, Kate McKinnon, Andy Samberg. It's only 30 episodes. I really need to dive into this soon. I need to check this one out. What do we got? Off the Shelf says, did you watch Zapped? Not yet. So The Awesomes, like I said, I believe this was a Hulu series. But I need to watch this. I love the slipcover on this too. Basic but fun. Yeah, but Joe, what's going on?
She got up on my Lego table again.
Yeah, she does that.
Yeah, but she keeps doing it. And she keeps knocking over.
Didn't I ask you to close the door anyway? I'm gonna be done soon. Man, everything is falling apart. Jake says, do you like The Office? Yes, I love The Office. Take it easy, Kyle. Jake2H says, RJ versus Khaleesi in the background. Crazy Joe, yes, Zapped with Scott Baio. I need to watch it. I got it on DVD recently from Olive Films as part of that big auction lot I just bought. So, all right, we got 7 more. The Babadook, a horror movie I've never seen. This is actually from my buddy Joe Martinez. I got it from him. This was in one of his horror packs, if I'm not mistaken. Need to watch it. Just haven't watched it yet. J2H, no, he is not named after Rick James, but good effort. You got the first part right, just not the second part. So, yep, I've never seen The Babadook. Need to watch it. It's 93 minutes. I'll probably add it to a future hat since I already have my next hat well filled, and I probably have another 10 movies, so I'll add this to my second list. Crazy Joe, I have not gotten Zapped again. I want to watch the first one first, and plus Zapped again, if I'm not mistaken, is pretty hard to find on DVD. Nope, RJ is not a junior. Is not Rick Jr. Different middle name. Martinez Joe says, first film I sent you, love the film. Yeah, I need to watch this for sure. Off the Shelf says, liked it, but it's not scary. Good flick though. See, I heard that this might be more scary for me because I have a son. So I don't know. We'll see. Jesse says, Zapped with Scott Baio was pretty good. My Science Project is another good 80s movie like that. I've never seen that. Next up is Marie's favorite artwork on one of my Blu-rays, my Blu-ray steelbooks, and I love this artwork as well. I wish this was the 4K artwork personally, but a fantastic movie. The first movie I ever saw with Bridget, and that is Baby Driver, this being the Blu-ray steelbook. So much hidden or shown on this steelbook artwork. You got the RPM dial behind Baby. You have Deborah in the glasses. You got him watching the chase scene, or watching this chase, manhandling the cop car. On the back, you got the RPMs, the car driving around, a record player with the tape deck where he makes his mixes. Like a lot of hidden stuff in this artwork is why I love it. J2H, definitely need to watch this. Was this on your competition list? You gotta try to. I think you would really enjoy this one, man. Sav says he's never seen it. Ollie says great film. Noah says fantastic film, great cinematography. Love Lily James. Joey Baseball, Live in the Past, saying you, Kevin Spacey. Yeah, it's true. Martinez Joe, love that artwork. Need to find one. J2H says twas not. I do not own the code. I do own the code though. Yeah, this movie was awesome. Crazy Joe says, after you watch Zapped, I want to see a video of you singing the love theme. What? Let's just assume I watched the movie first, Joe. You're not gonna get me singing unless it's a live stream and I'm starting to go delirious with you and Dave after an hour and a half. Marie quotes that film all the time. Crazy Joe says, Baby Driver is almost perfect. The only flaw is Kevin Spacey. It wasn't an issue when the movie came out. Marie says, was he slow? Was he slow? Yeah, this movie is awesome. I love Baby Driver. Fantastic film. Love the steelbook artwork. Next up, a documentary I've seen about my second favorite movie of all time. There was a reunion of this movie online that we talked about um, recently, and I got this really cheap. I got this for like $4 off of eBay shipped, and that is Back in Time, the documentary about Back to the Future from 2015. Somebody asked when we're going to do an R-rated live stream. The problem is I don't do my live streams by a computer, so if you guys typed rated R content into the chat, I would not be able to see it. So it would block it. So it's a tough thing because I don't want to just curse for the sake of cursing and have nobody be able to type anything in the chat room because yeah, I don't know. I'd have to find somebody to be a moderator to do it. So we'll have to I'd have to figure it out. You could appoint a different moderator. I think I kickstarted that documentary. JH volunteers as tribute. Yeah, I'm sure you'd be the one contributing most to the language as well, Jacob. Marie says, Baby Driver, it's no Bambi. That's for sure. But Back in Time's a good documentary, like you said, about Back to the Future and the behind the scenes of Back to the Future culture. And then, of course, right after that, I have my 25th anniversary set of Back to the Future, which I will probably get rid of once. This will probably be getting rid of once it comes out in 4K, as long as all the bonus features are still on the 4K set. Hopefully, they will be. Off the Shelf says, what would be added by making the stream rated R? It would just, there would be profanity in it. And like I said, it's not even something like I might do the live stream and I might not curse because I'm not going to just throw out F bombs to say it. Like G2H has the flux capacitor set. So jealous. I would love to have the flux capacitor set. G2H says that includes the TV show. Yeah, this has the Back to the Future, the ride thing, which is my favorite bonus feature on here. But there's so many like Q&As, behind the scenes, 6-part documentary. Yeah. So Back to the Future. And then, of course, one of my best finds ever from what flea market was? Jake's Flea Market was my Back to the Future 30th anniversary steelbook, which has a brand new bonus disc, which has like 2 episodes of the cartoon, a 9-part documentary, something about the car, Doc Brown doing a short film. This is factory sealed. I think I paid like $10 for this. And I'm keeping it sealed. It's basically just a collector's piece for me. I have the set if I want to watch the films. J2H says you could be like Deadpool, have a PG-13 source material, but R-rated language for no reason. Yeah, but that wasn't just the language; it was the violence, it was the humor added to the movie. But you're wrong. That's fine. I've had numerous people reach out to me and tell me they agree with me on my opinion of Deadpool. So, yeah, I love this movie, this trilogy. Khaleesi, I gotta wrap this up, guys. The cat is getting crazy. I'm gonna end it there. I have 2 more movies, but we can talk about them Thursday. I've gone too long anyway. Um, that was Jake's that I got Boardwalk Empire and Back to the Future. It wasn't the college flea market. So, Khaleesi. All right, guys. I'm ending this. Sorry, I've gone too long. I'm gonna cut it short. New video dropping tomorrow. It'll be a review video and then a new video on Saturday. And yeah, you need to try StreamYard. You can have up to 6 people in the chat at one time. Yeah, I'd have to look into that. So I'm going to let it go. I gotta go. I gotta end it. Sorry guys. No, the cat is in the hallway meowing. I smacked the couch to get her to stop meowing, Jacob. I don't abuse the cat. Thank you. So like I said, new video tomorrow. Hopefully a live stream Thursday. No guarantee on that though. I will be for sure doing a live stream next Tuesday, new release Tuesday. Hopefully one Thursday. No promises. And then new video Saturday. It'll be my my second spin haul before they went out of business. That's it, guys. Until next time, who's down to movie?